set in the corner, then back in the throttle. He never overdrives on this type of racetrack. The one thing I will tell everybody, don't get excited about that piece of paper that was on the front of that 6 car. I think it's small enough that it will not create a heating problem for Mark Martin. But it is there, and let me tell you, when you take these noses off to get the proper downforce, you don't need any extra thing on the front of the race car.
Good point. Behind, look at Kenseth. See Matt Kenseth right there? Third guy in the screen, the number 94. That's for the battle for position on the lead lap. He's running an 8th right now.
Boy, he's making a statement out of the Busch Grand National Circuit up right now. Really, I mean, these are great drivers that this guy's running against. Taking the outside line there, moving up the racetrack on Bobby Labonte, getting great forward bite, and Bill Elliott's car there, the 94. I'm just really impressed with Matt Kenseth. As you said, Jack Roush saw something in this driver. He gives him a lot of technical advice as far as his Busch Grand National deal with Robbie Reiser and all the guys. And I tell you, you better remember that name. One of these days we'll be talking about him chasing Jeff Gordon and these guys for the win.
And as we watch this run, let's remember that this is his first time in a Winston Cup car, and it's also his first time with his crew. They say it takes a long while for a driver and a crew to get used to each other. Well, Kenseth is really doing a job here today to be running as well as he is.
And I don't know if it's a comfort factor or not, buddy, you can tell me, but Bobby Labonte's ahead of him. Well, Bobby was in the Busch race yesterday. They're going by Jeff Burton. He's run against Jeff Burton in Busch Series races. Also in the top 10, Dale Jarrett, who was in the Busch race, albeit somewhat briefly yesterday because of an accident. But, I mean, he's run against these guys on this racetrack. Not all of them, certainly. Does he have any comfort level, anything like that helping him today?
Let me tell you what he's doing right now.
Oh,
Kyle Petty. We just talked about his temperament and all problems.
And he had his good luck charm on the dashboard of the car. He had the same thing here last year when he finished 3rd and 5th. They thought that's why he maybe crashed here in the spring. Good luck charm didn't work today.
No, you heard him say go right on to the garage. Kyle has not a single top 5 finish this year. We were just bragging on him. And not going to be. You were saying about Kenseth. What's he thinking about today, running here as well as he is now in 6th?
Well, he went from a 14 shirt to a 16 and passed a little bit there because that chest has to be getting bigger, and he's feeling better about what Matt Kenseth brings to the table now. He's answered the question. Yes, I can run with Bobby Labonte. He's in my rearview mirror right now. Winston Cup, the premier NASCAR event, and he's up there running with the best.
Doing a heck of a job. Steve, what's the deal down there at Kyle's pit?
Levi, Bobby Kennedy just talking to Kyle. Bobby, we were just saying what a great run you were having. What happened?
I don't know. He said just quit running, man. I think I broke the motor. He didn't give any warning at all. He said off on it.
Finish for the day.
That's too bad. Kyle doing so very well. And all of a sudden it's up in smoke. So now only 11 teams remain on the lead lap. Kyle was one of the lucky dozen that have not been disposed of by Mark Martin. And now there are but 11 remaining on the lead lap. Martin continues to show the way. He has led all but 8 laps as he, for the moment, is devouring the Monster Mile.
On a clear night in the outback, they say you can see every single star in the sky. And people come from all over with one thing on their mind: food.
That looks like a steak knife to me.
From juicy steak to tender chicken, fresh fish to barbecued ribs.
And up ahead, ladies and gents, dinner.
You'll see things you won't see anywhere else.
Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
Break through to the new world of Mach 3 from Gillette, the first triple blade shaving system. 3 blades specially positioned to shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3. So you don't have to shave the same area over and over, which means less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
So, I read an article that says they think about it every 8 seconds.
I wouldn't doubt it. It seems like the only thing Dave ever wanted.
They have one-track minds. It must be something biological or genetic.
Men, they're all the same.
Hey. You
You read my mind.
This is the Midas Gold Muffler. It comes with a Midas lifetime warranty, and it's now just $49.95, $69.95 for select imports. Let's review. Midas Gold Muffler, lifetime warranty, $49.95. Hurry, the price of gold has never been lower.
Husky, the toughest name in tools. Guaranteed forever. Available at the Home Depot.
This week on NASCAR Garage, we'll go behind the scenes and under the hood to meet the new man calling the shots for Hendricks number 5, Andy Graves. Plus, find out what inspectors look for in the fuel system, a performance report on transmissions, and more. It's an insider's look at the people, the machines, and the tracks that make NASCAR racing the greatest sport in America.
NASCAR Garage, this weekend on the leader for motorsports coverage, TNN Motorsports.
Remember when Rusty Wallace won 3 events in a row here at the Monster Mile? 1993 and 1994. September 19th, 1993, dodged several wrecks. It was a big one at the end of the day as well. Rusty went on to win the first victory for him here in Dover, Delaware. And look at that, 9 top 10 finishes. Rusty looking back towards Sears Point Raceway. Good solid run. And there he is in third right now. Only 2 6/10 seconds behind the leader. So while there are only 10 cars on the lead lap, Steve Park went a lap down before. But Gordon and Wallace, second place and third place, still keeping close enough to Mark Martin.
Exactly. Right now, they don't even worry about Martin. They know he's in a zone right now. He's really getting around the racetrack. Right now, all Rusty Wallace wants to do is get ahead of this car. And you see Jeff Gordon has quite a bit of paper on the nose of his car there. That is a little excessive there. That could cause him a problem later.
In the garage area, Kyle Petty, the most recent retiree. Let's check in with him.
No, you had a great running car, but all at once it just stopped. You looked a little mystified. What happened?
I don't know if it broke a cam or broke a distributor or something. It just lost all power, so go back and say that's kind of the way this year's been for the Hot Wheels Pontiac. We've run good off and on, but can't close, so fun deal.
Well, Kyle himself came in, guys, raised the hood, borrowed a dime from me to take some screws out, and I got to go now. I want to get my dime back.
Kyle Petty, who won here in 1995. There's Mark Martin closing in on Dale Earnhardt. Again, that would be for the third time. Dale's going to go 3 laps down should Mark get by him in this little exchange right here. And look at the line variance.
Exactly. I just want to point that out. The 3 car is absolutely not turning in the corner. He's doing the best he can with the car that will not turn in the center part of the corner. Dale Earnhardt, you're not to blame here. The race car itself won't turn.
I remember it was Bob Lapford, the historian, who did a study once talking about the distance that you run. And you run the low groove. I think he was doing it at Charlotte, if memory serves, during the 600-mile race there. The guy who runs the low groove all day versus a guy who used to use that Richard Petty line or the Harry Gant line. If you ran the outside rim road around the wall versus the guy on the apron of the racetrack, the high guy ran 14 miles more in actual distance over the course in that instance of the 400 laps they run at Charlotte on Memorial Day.
And Harry Gant really was Mr. September. If he runs 514 miles on this racetrack, I'm going to tell you, that's a tough task, but boy, could he get around this racetrack.
The actual distance elapsed. Joe Nemechek in, making a pit stop. Earnhardt, you saw there, going a lap down yet again. Matt, he's 3 down now to the leader.
Eli, many people are surprised at how bad Earnhardt has struggled this weekend. This is the same car he finished second with last year, but over the summer they gambled. They cut the snout off, tried some different front geometry. That gamble has not paid off. They don't know what is wrong with this car. It is very tight in the center of the quarter. They've tried many different things this weekend. Nothing has seemed to help.
1,200 starts right there in that picture. Today is the 600th career NASCAR Winston Cup start for both Terry Labonte and for Dale Earnhardt. All right, today's trivia quiz question. Who was the first driver in NASCAR Winston Cup history to start 600 races in this division? And Buddy Baker, if you don't know the answer, I'm going to have to slap you.
Well, you're going to say I'm deaf because the guy told me, Hank Parker, last night in concert right across the road here, told me that Buck Baker was the first driver to run 600 Winston Cup events.
Indeed, that's the case. Buck Baker, your daddy. And, yeah, Hank Parker was here yesterday for that big country music concert. Hank's from Hank Parker Outdoors on TNN Outdoors. And he was here enjoying the activity, and he loves his race. Of course, his son has gone Busch Series racing. And
Eli, are those events dynamite or what? Was that fun?
That was great.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
Neil McCoy, Tracy Bird, even Buddy Baker got up on the stage and sang a little bit last night.
Yeah, boy, they booed me off the stage. Get out of here.
Very quickly. We were dodging all sorts of vegetables as they came flying up onto the stage. Had a great time. Thousands of people on hand here yesterday. There's Mark Martin, one of 10 drivers on the lead lap. He's still got 2 seconds on second place running Jeff Gordon.
Nobody loves cars more than I do. Each one is a work of art. So when the maker of all these chose a new antifreeze, it got my attention.
General Motors now uses the deck school technology of Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze in virtually all its new vehicles. The same patented formula you can use in your car for 5 years or 150,000 miles. So do what GM did. Switch to Haviland.
I use it in my car. I only wish this were it.
How's the car, Dale? A little tight off. 0 cars moving up. Get them on the inside.
Inside every member of Team Monte Carlo, there's a side that's kind of wild.
Get another tire.
Team Monte Carlo. Animal. Pardon me. This year, they're hungrier than ever.
Mack trucks are furnished by Clement Chevy Mack Sales. For all your truck and tractor needs, call Clement at 1-800-369-MACK. Visit, experience, shop Simpson World, a racer and race fan superstore now open in Mooresville, North Carolina, Indianapolis, Indiana, Torrance, California, and Hershey, Pennsylvania. Race fans, you make the call. New LCI long-distance customers receive 30 minutes of free calling and a calling card featuring participating drivers. Don't delay. Call now, 1-888-TEAM-LCI.
There is Jimmy Spencer, the Winston No Bull Ford, in for a pit stop, lap 167. We saw Joe Nemechek in moments ago at lap 160. Within shouting distance of the next window for stops. The leaders were in at lap number 87. Still within 10 or 12 laps, one would assume, of the next stop. There goes Ward Burton way high again. Back on the racetrack, 46 laps down. Tom Baldwin Jr., the new crew chief to that team, starting this week, in case you hadn't heard.
I bet you when those pit stops come around, they're not going to change anything at all on this number 6 car. If you watch the race at Bristol and watch Mark Martin just wear absolutely everybody down by running quicker lap after lap after lap.
Trouble in turn 2. Kenny Irwin spins off the wall. He hits both the outside and the inside wall. Caution. He was running in 14th position. Caution for the 3rd time at lap number 170.
It's a hard hit.
Car broke loose. We'll get another look, one would assume. We'll see exactly what forced it to break loose. But he went up, tags the outside wall real hard, and as narrow as that straightaway is, he careened down and off the inside wall as well. You see Kenny moving around in the car, so that's good news. The Texaco Haviland Ford Taurus. The net is still up, but you can see some movement in the driver's compartments.
It's always a hard lick, though, when you hit on the driver's side like he did.
Let's see what we can tell on this here. Already sideways. Andretti and LePage right behind him. Boy, right on the driver's side.
Yeah, and across the racetrack, that's at 9 degrees I was talking about, into the inside wall, still with the driver's side.
Tough to tell whether he had any help, but nevertheless, tough two-wall ride for Kenny Irwin, of course, leading the NASCAR Rookie of the Year competition. Nadeau, he's in 9th today, and still set to pick up some points. All right, pit stops as you see. Lap 173. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
Jeff Gordon enters his pit stall. He's been fighting a tight race car for about the last 120 laps. The car started out loose and it's got progressively tighter the rest of the day. They are going to make a wedge adjustment on the car, 4 tires plus an air pressure adjustment. Now let's go to Glenn Jarrett.
Okay, we're down to Mark Martin's pits, and also a 4-tire change. Behind him is Rusty Wallace. I saw a chassis adjustment made to Rusty, also 4-tire change. Mark Martin barely beats Jeff Gordon out. You know, I talked to Jack Rouse right before that caution came out. I handed him a note. I said, hey, man, you're killing us. You're killing the show. He said very diplomatically, okay, Glenn, I'll tell Mark to slow down for you. I don't believe him.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my. Right now, only 10 cars on the lead lap. Bobby Hamilton was close to be going a lap down. So that caution comes out at a good time for him. And they're tending to Kenny Irwin. We did see him moving in the driver's compartment, but a couple of pretty mean licks off both the outside and the inside retaining wall. Those are the spotters high atop the grandstand here at Dover.
Every time you start your car, you're waging a war against friction. The battle lines are drawn. Now, how are you going to fight back? Duralube Advanced Engine Treatment protects your car's motor like nothing else on the market can. It's like a shield against engine-damaging friction. Win the war against friction and get the maximum protection for your car's engine with Duralube. Duralube, tomorrow's technology today.
At Pep Boys, our ASE certified technicians will install Ray Bestis lifetime brakes for as low as $59.99 after rebate.
Pep Boys. Cars like us. People love us.
The more power, the longer the call, the more expressive the conversation. Introducing new Duracell Ultra with a concentrated power force to get more life out of your high-tech devices. New Duracell Ultra. More power, more life.
It's the race you've waited for all season, and now it's on TNN. Don't miss racing history. Daytona goes under the lights in the Pepsi 400, October 17th at 8 Eastern, only on TNN Motorsports.
If you really want to make the insurance companies choke, hire real attorneys, not actors. I'm Mike Joins from law firm of Joins McCarry. At Joins McCarry, we're available 24 hours a day. We offer free consultations, and we'll even come to you. If you're call Joins McCarry.
Who was that lawyer? Why is everybody buying their car audio and security at Discount Auto Sound? AM/FM high-power CD player, $169.95. 200-watt MTX, 250-amp, 3-year warranty, $169.95. MTX woofers, T3000 series, buy one, get one free. Viper complete car security system with remote start, $299.95. Add a TV to your minivan starting at $999 installed. Top brands, newest technology, all in stock. MECP certified installation staff and lifetime installation guarantee. Discount Auto Sound, 3 locations. Buy where the winners buy.
Well, that's the story of the man who's been leading the Rookie of the Year point standings today. Kenny Irwin's Texaco Haviland Ford being taken towards the garage area. He'll join Kenny Wallace, Buckshot Jones, and Kyle Petty as the early race retirees. Let's check in now with all of the pit stops. Good run for Matt Kenseth, among others. He's in 7th. Let's go to the pits.
And Eli, Joe Caroni's here, the crew chief. Now, Matt Kenseth had been talking about a bad vibration before this most recent pit stop. Joe, we heard Matt talking about a bad vibration. What can you tell us?
Well, it sounds like we have a broke valve spring or something. At first, he could hear it and not really feel it, so we thought maybe a pipe broke, so we looked on this pit stop to see if a pipe is broken. It doesn't look like a pipe's broken. We're just going to have to wait and see here.
All right, let's go down pit road to Matt.
Well, Steve, John Andretti has come out of pit road in the 9th position. He was fighting a very, very loose race car. They made some adjustments with the air pressure. They also added a spring rubber to the right rear. Now let's go to Glenn Jarrett.
Okay, thanks, Matt. We checked with the guys in Bobby Labonte's pit crew, and they said that they made no chassis adjustments whatsoever on Bobby's car. Right now, they're just trying to get to the three-quarter point of the race and stay in or around the top 5. Bobby is in 5th place right now. He likes the way the car is running, except for one thing. It's not as fast as Mark Martin, of course, and nobody is. But no changes right now to report.
So that's what's taking place down on the pit lane while track cleanup continues. We've seen Jeff Bodine in yet again. Bobby Hamilton making another pit stop here at lap number 176. Well, a pleasure to have with us in the booth right now a couple of guys who sing professionally. You know, of course, Buddy and Dick and myself will sing every now and then, but you guys do it for real. Joining us, Neil McCoy from Atlantic Records, who sang the national anthem today, and MCA recording star Tracy Byrd with us. Guys, good to have you with us.
Glad to be here.
Nice concert last night, and there must have been, I don't know how many thousands of people out there in front of the grandstands and all. What a super night.
It was.
I'm sorry, Tracy. It was actually, I know from my end, I thought a lot bigger turnout than I thought was going to be there. I don't think they knew.
Me too. It really was. I think we estimated we had about 20,000 people out there watching that show last night.
It certainly looked like it.
It was a lot of fun. Great crowd too. 20,000. It sounded like about 50,000.
There you see Matt Kenseth coming back in again. Tracy, I know you're tied in with TNN Outdoors as a promotional spokesperson, and you know, it's a natural. You got NASCAR, you got the country sound, you got the outdoor life. It all kind of goes hand in hand.
It sure does. I mean, I told that crowd that last night. I said, y'all are NASCAR fans, and I asked them if they love to hunt and fish, and now everybody in the whole crowd screamed and raised their hands, and I said, well, that's my kind of people right there, and it is. I think you see that correlation, and you know, not in many sports except for NASCAR, where you can be pretty much for sure that these folks love country music and that they love the outdoors and they love this racing for sure.
Neil McCoy, how's the new CD coming?
Doing good. It's been out. We're actually in the studio now working on a new one.
Really?
So as soon as you say you got a new one, then you start working on another one. But
That's right.
we're working on one that should be. I'll go back in the studio the 1st of October and work on it. And hopefully it'll be out at the start of the year. But everything's going good for us. We just stay out there and keep doing these concerts and hopefully making fans one show at a time.
Well, I wish we had more time. I wish we had a camera up here in the booth because Buddy and Dick are in the back doing the watermelon crawl, and it's something to see. Guys, thanks for coming by. We'll see you on the air on the 28th of September.
That's right. Thank you very much, y'all.
Neil McCoy, Tracy Byrd joining us. That's Jack Roush. He doesn't sing.
That looks tasty.
It's a Big King. I got this one for free.
Gonna eat them both?
Not if you let me play baseball.
Baseball? Son, I coach. What position?
Shortstop. No, second base. And I want a bat, too.
Welcome aboard, slugger.
The Flame Broiled Big King. It's like a Big Mac, but tastes better with 75% more beef. Buy one now, say it just tastes better, and get a second one free.
How'd you boys like to play ice hockey?
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
Mark, if you're at the airport before my 8 o'clock flight, maybe we can talk. Otherwise, it's over.
Come on. Come on. Oh, start. Oh, no. That's battery.
No matter what my customers drive, they depend on AC Delco batteries. They last up to 30% longer.
I'm sure they do. Just give me the generic equipment, okay?
AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
You never know what your next job is going to be. One day it's a house. The next, it's a hotel.
Jobs keep getting bigger. Deadlines keep getting shorter.
It's got to last 1,000,000 years. Stand up to anything.
Turnaround times, they're insane.
Whatever it is, wherever it is, make something great. Stanley.
Mission Control, we have a problem.
Even in today's high-tech engines, deposits can still diminish power.
Dirty fuel system affecting performance.
Enter Valvoline SynPower, a new line of high-performance additives and cleaners. A complete fuel system treatment, formulated with component-targeting synthetic molecules that lock on and eliminate those power-robbing deposits.
Fuel and air mixture, a go.
So your engine runs cleaner and performs the way it should.
We have ignition.
Valvoline SynPower, rocket science for the road.
Well, the Monster Mile picked off Kenny Irwin moments ago. We saw him moving around in the car and finally got him out and on he went. There was the race off pit road. Jeff Gordon led it, picked up 5 points, his bonus points, because he did lead lap 174 through 179. But now we're back to the status quo, because at lap 180, Mark Martin right there reassumed the top spot.
Almost status quo, but look at the 88 car. Dale Jarrett moved in here on Rusty Wallace. He's on the high side, the bottom side. He's doing anything he can, trying to get up towards the front. Dale Jarrett is flying.
That's the Hot Rod Lincoln. Remember when Michael Kranovitz built a Lincoln, tried to persuade Ford Motor Company they ought to run Lincolns? Well, they decided they didn't want to run a Lincoln, so he stripped all the running gear off it. And the 88 guy said, we'll take that bare chassis. They did. And this is also the car that won here in May 1998. Hot Rod Lincoln, having a good day.
Yeah, Mr. Hot Rod Lincoln watching as Rusty Wallace just grabs the second spot, going inside Jeff Gordon, and might just bring Jarrett right there with him.
Well, Jarrett's on the quarter panel of Jeff Gordon there. You can see him looking on the inside. Gordon a little bit out of position, but has a great car, and it pulls off the corner there. He maintains third spot.
The guys on pit road were telling us, by the way, that the problem for Matt Kenseth, they're still having an intermittent miss in the engine, but it's not getting any worse, not getting any better, but they just can't quite pinpoint what the problem is.
The problem is they had to come back in and lose a lot of track position. That's the real problem that he had just now. And Kenseth has driven such a great race, gotten all the way up to 6th spot. Such a bad thing to happen right here as he was really moving up through the crowd. And I think he would have been in the top 5 before very long.
For the time being, though, still on the lead lap, running in the 8th spot. Bobby Hamilton's also still on the lead lap. There he is, coming off the corner.
He also repitted.
Yes.
As did Jeff Bodine.
Bobby Hamilton and Bodine coming in at lap 175 and 176 after coming in initially at lap 173. You can also probably notice on your screens that it's not nearly as bright out as it was earlier. It was brilliant sunshine. Now some significant cloud covers moving in. Weatherman hasn't said much about any rain or anything, but you wonder what this is going to do in the overall scheme of things.
Well, it makes the chassis man want to take a hammer out of the toolbox and hit himself on the thumb, because you're working to make the car work when the sun's out, and all of a sudden the racetrack changes, and it helps some cars, hurts some cars that were a lot better. So right now they're kind of guessing, and the drivers are giving feedback. The car is now doing certain things. It stays this way, we'll have to adjust to it.
Well, the concrete tracks are not nearly as fickle as the asphalt tracks, however, and when the clouds come over, they certainly do affect the cars, but it seems more to affect the engines than the suspension on the concrete racetracks. Black asphalt heats up a lot when the sun hits it, and cools off a lot when the sun goes away.
Dick, I agree with you, but one thing I always remember, where they're running is dark. You can look in the corners, and where they go around and around the racetrack, you have the dark part of the racetrack. Like that right there, that's still a little sensitive to heat.
Oh, yeah.
There you see the action around 6th spot. Jerry Nadeau in the number 9 car. John Andretti in that blue and red number 43. That is 4th position, 6th and 7th. Jeff Bodine, who's running 10th, by the way. Word from pit road is he may have a power steering problem. Remember when he was the guy who actually introduced power steering to NASCAR Winston Cup racing, brought it south from his modified days.
He's brought a lot of stuff here, including the full-face helmet.
Yeah.
And the seat that he wears could well become more popular. He's one of the more innovative drivers.
The seat that he wears.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does. He wears that seat. This thing is, it fully forms
it looks
around
good,
his shoulder.
especially at night when he goes out.
I said seat, not suit.
Oh, Lord. Here goes Kenseth. Look at that. He's still battling. Car maybe not up to snuff. Intermittent miss, they said. But here he's going to take 7th away from John Andretti if he can. To get up and go on the straightaways.
Well, if he has a miss, indeed, it's running very, very well.
Yeah.
It's running where it needs to run, because you can see it goes right on by Andretti.
Good battle. He's right there to the inside still. Makes the pass.
Yeah, he's all over the back end of that thing, John Andretti is.
So that'll swap it around. Kenseth in 7th, Andretti in 8th. The car back there, the number 12, that's Jeremy Mayfield. He's a lap down, running in 12th. We mentioned it yesterday, but it's worth mentioning again. Buddy, you were in that car. Well, not this particular one, but Buddy tested with Mayfield at Talladega early last week. 194 miles an hour, said the Birmingham newspapers that I read.
We're getting a report that Labonte got into the wall just a second ago coming out of turn 4. But yeah, it was fun, Eli. It's always great to get back in a race car and feel what they do to these race cars to make them hook up and actually handle as well as they do. It's amazing how good they drive at 194 miles an hour.
Watch again here. Let's see if Labonte did tag the wall.
Oh, now you talk about no man's land. Look at the back of that car trying to get around. This is where a guy earns his money. Terry Labonte kept that car off the wall.
Yeah, stayed off the wall.
What a great job of driving. Tough to hang on up there. It's full of tire debris and all the stuff that's been kicked up during the race, and to hang on to it and not hit the wall.
There's Bobby Labonte, left of your screen. That's green number 18. He is in 5th spot. Steve Park behind him is a lap down in 11th. No, I don't want. How physical is this? You know what we talked? You showed me something. No, I don't want this to sound funny, but Buddy came walking in today. We don't wear the same shirts all day before we get on the air in case you spill gravy or something on it. And as we were changing shirts before airtime today, Buddy had a bunch of black and blue marks on the side from the time you spend in race cars. You do a lot of testing for a lot of these guys. That's well known. Is it that physical that you just get bruised up like that?
Well, let me just put it this way. A marshmallow like myself. Those guys that do this every week are in perfect physical shape. Mark Martin, for example, his body weight is down there with professional weightlifters. When they do a show or go for Mr. Universe or what, their body fat is like Mark Martin's as far as his condition. Right now, I'm not in that type of condition. Every time I go and test, I look like somebody beat me with a blackjack.
I've also seen your hands when you get done with it, too, and sometimes they look like raw meat. This is tough stuff, any way you slice it.
There's Mark Martin. His lead is a second on Rusty Wallace. Between pit stops, the crews just wait for their next turn to perform.
This is for
anyone who looks at things differently.
This is for the green light.
This is for Saturday night.
This is for people who want to be noticed.
This is for your dreams.
This is Pontiac driving excitement.
Now, drive more of it at the Pontiac 98 sell-down with 0.9% APR financing or up to $2,750 cash back on select 98 models. More reason than ever to see all the great 98 sell-down values at your Pontiac dealer today.
This is for me.
For
me.
With new spark plugs, you get improved performance for a while. But only Bosch Platinum has a pure platinum center electrode that's heat-fused. So Bosch Platinum reaches its self-cleaning temperature faster for full engine power and improved fuel efficiency over a longer performance life. Which means you'll replace a lot of other things before you change your Bosch Platinums. Bosch Platinum, the ultimate spark plug.
I thought you were starting to go gray.
I was, but I never did.
So what happened, a miracle?
You can't tell?
Tell what?
I use Just for Men.
That's hair color?
Even your barber can't tell you use the hair coloring called Just for Men. Simply shampoo in, then rinse. In only 5 minutes, this unique Just for Men formula blends away the gray, actually matches your gray to your real color.
I never would have guessed.
Just for Men. So natural, even your barber can't tell.
Introducing the Midas battery. Now for just $49.99 with rebate. Batteries. Brand new from Midas.
Husky, the toughest name in tools. Guaranteed forever. Available at the Home Depot.
Once considering a career as a professional golfer, Vince Gill decided to focus on music instead. And what a great decision that was. Vince Gill holds the record for the most CMA award wins at 17. He has 2 more chances to increase that number this year with nominations for Entertainer of the Year and Male Vocalist of the Year. Be sure to watch Vince Gill host the CMA Award Show live on CBS Wednesday, September 23rd at 8 Eastern. And keep watching for more of Vince Gill all week during TNN's Salute to All-Stars Week.
Mark Martin continues to show the way here at Dover. Most recently took the lead at lap number 180. He just went past the halfway point. 205 laps on the board right now. You see over there 1.1 seconds, 1.177. Back to that man, Rusty Wallace, who's running in second spot. Of course, his crew chief is Robin Pemberton. And Robin, like virtually every crew chief here today, knows that there's a lot of give and take in the setup and preparation for and the running of a race here at Dover Downs.
Well, I think it's important that, you know, it's a mile racetrack. It's real high banked, and, you know, you're banked even in the straightaways. It's generally real hard on the tires, and tire management, you know, is getting to be one of the things that we work at almost, you know, basically everywhere we go. It's real important, and I think one of the things is to keep in mind that you don't run the car any harder than you have to early on a set of tires. You know, you try to maintain a certain pace, not try to be overly aggressive, you know, and that way it'll let the tires last throughout the entire run of the fuel run.
That crew chief tip from Robin Pemberton, brought to you by Stanley Tools. Since 1843, Stanley has been helping people do things right.
As he was talking about tires, NASCAR has pulled an interesting procedure here at Dover. They impounded all of the new tires, didn't let the teams add them until 10 o'clock this morning, other than allowing the crew members to glue their lug nuts on. More of the NASCAR effort to make sure that everybody's got the same level playing field with the rubber on the race cars.
That's the remarkable story watching on the racetrack right there. Kenseth just goes around Labonte, Bobby Labonte, and now takes fifth. Can the car be ill-performing and be running that well?
It can, for one reason. It's going through the corner very, very well. You see the back of the car very stable. He runs the middle part of the racetrack, does not seem to be overdriving the race car. And if you're going through the corners real well, down the straightaway, it'll actually run as fast as the car that comes off the corner, maybe pushing a little bit off the corner, and does not build speed up until the far end of the straightaway.
Not to belabor the point, but in case you've not been with us all day or haven't heard any of the news this weekend, the reason Matt Kenseth is in the car, Bill Elliott's dad, George, passed away Friday morning. As a matter of fact, the funeral is to begin in about 5 minutes from now down in Georgia. And as a result, obviously, Bill not here this weekend. Steve Burns, it's a remarkable story. He was just running so very well.
Eli, I've never seen anything like it. None of the guys on the team seem to know what's wrong. They raised the hood twice on that last caution period. They said crew chief Joe Garone hit a wire that might have been loose. I don't know if that was enough to fix the problem, but it really is hauling the mail now.
It really is, no doubt about it. Solid run. One of only 9 teams currently, or rather 10 teams currently on the lead lap. There you see the First Plus Financial race summary. Average speed, 123.071. The record for the 400s here, 132 and change. Remember, First Plus Financial bringing you that race summary. At First Plus, we're working first for you.
Eli, we're just now, as far as Kenseth is concerned, he's in uncharted water right now. Yesterday, the race was over at this point. Now he's starting to go into the second mode where the car does things that he's not accustomed to. Now, whether he gives the pit crew the proper feedback to change that car around from here to the finish, he's in uncharted water, and so we'll just see.
Yeah, we talked about physical fitness. He's in great shape, this guy is, but he's never run 3 and 3.5 hours here at Dover.
Never run 400 miles in his entire life. This is going to be it. He's run 400 laps, but he's never run 400 miles until today.
Great story. Matt Kenseth in for this day in the Big Mac McDonald's Ford. But Mark Martin is the story. The leader at halfway has won 8 of the 25 races this season. Mark was leading at halfway today here at Dover.
A lot of folks in Johnson City, Tennessee will tell you when you need a part for your car, go to AutoZone. The parts are top quality, the prices are low, and the people are helpful, like Gary Jennings. You see, when it comes to auto parts, folks will tell you Gary really knows his stuff. Oh, sure, they know there are other parts stores in town, but when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice from folks like Gary, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
What's for lunch?
Cranberry and jelly.
Ham and cheese.
Another day.
Morning, boys. How are you?
Morning, Mr. France.
Nice looking shirt you got on there.
These drivers are ready, and they are looking sharp. Right you are, Chuck. There's the green, and the chase is on.
Chase Authentics Apparel.
That's why it's called the Intimidator.
The chase is on.
It's a fight to the finish.
Congratulations. Thanks, sir. Have a good run today.
Well, thanks a million.
Nice check.
Nice shirt.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
TNN Motorsports live coverage of the MBNA Gold 400 is being brought to you by the more than 2,500 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by Chase Authentics. The authentic trackside apparel of NASCAR is now available at NASCAR specialty stores and leading department stores everywhere. Glad you're with us. Sold out today, 107,000 plus on hand here at Dover Downs. I'm Eli Gold with Buddy Baker, Dick Bergman, Glenn Jarrett, Steve Burns, Matt Yoakum, the entire TNN Motorsports crew on hand. You see that Phillips car right there in front? Jeff Bodine on the lead lap. He's in 10th. If Martin bypasses him, we'll have just 9 teams on the lead lap. Let's hear from the Bodine pit area.
Eli, Jeff Bodine had been praying for a caution. The reason? His car, the power steering pump has failed. They're hoping under a caution to change it. Under green flag stops, they don't have enough time. They will go many laps down. They were hoping for a caution because Mark Martin has closed in on his deck lid. They were counting the seconds, and now Martin's closing in with a kill to put the 7th car lap down.
That'll be a tough break right there, as hard as Jeff has driven and as well as Jeff has driven today.
Been one of his best runs in a long, long time. Jeff Bodine showing a lot of his former self today at Dover.
Started 42nd at Richmond, came up to finish 13th.
Eli, when that power steering goes out like that, that's like putting 40 pounds of counterweight on both sides of the steering wheel. When you try to turn it, that's what it feels like. Jeff Bodine is going through a pretty hard time right now as far as trying to turn that car and make it work the middle part of the corner.
MCI bringing you timing and scoring from NASCAR. Remember, 10-10-3-2-1. A new number, but the same great savings from MCI. Inside of Todd Bodine in the 91. Todd's running in 24th, a couple of laps down. In the 6th is the leader, Mark Martin, trying to put the 7 car, Jeff Bodine, a lap down.
Boy, that shows where the 6th car is really strong. Watch the forward bite he gets coming up out of the corner here. On the outside, the hard line to try to make his move there. You can see Bodine move up and take that spot back because he is leader right now until Mark goes by. But look at Mark getting his forward bite up out of the corner.
And now there are but 9 teams on the lead lap. Look at Schrader right there, the 33. Almost thought I saw a little smoke out of that car before. I sure do.
You did.
See it again?
Yep.
Just though I saw it, looks like Schrader has some problems on the Skoll car.
And when you see him smoking out of the exhaust pipe like that, that does not get better, only worse as he goes along.
Well, Mark's domination here is a little bit of deja vu of the May race where Jeff Gordon led 375, but we'll remind you Gordon did not win that race. This thing is far from over. As well as Mark Martin is running, he has not got this thing in the bag by a long shot.
Mark Martin had that pit stop, I believe, at 379 here back in May. So a lot of teams had to make those late stops. There you see Mark Martin showing the way. You'll pick up your favorite as they come by here. There's Jeff Bodine, Todd Bodine, Rusty and Gordon and all the rest. Earnhardt there. He's in 26, 3 laps down. Mike Skinner, Steve Park and Mayfield, Gary Bradbury, Kenseth and Labonte, Little, Rudd, Terry Labonte, John Andretti in 8th. Brett Bodine. There again comes Mark Martin, your race leader. Just 9 teams on the lead lap. Lap 229, 171 remaining.
As Mark was running his practice laps earlier in this weekend, I asked, where is this car especially good? Where is this car especially soft? And the team basically said it is the same everywhere. It is no place that it is outstanding and no place that it is short. It is just fast at every foot.
There is Mark Martin right now, just about the length of the back straightaway. Behind a good scramble that's been ongoing. Hamilton and Andretti. And there you see Schrader slowing down now. Darrell Waltrip goes by. Rick Mass goes by. Jeff Burton. Steve, doesn't look as though the problem's going to cure itself.
No, it's bad news for Kenny Schrader. They've lost a cylinder in that motor, so it's going to be maybe a short afternoon, but in any case, he will not be able to run at top speed.
Tough right there for Kenny Schrader, who, of course, had hoped to be able to get himself back on the winning ways here today.
He's won here both in Busch Racing and in Winston Cup. One of his 4 Winston Cup wins here. One of his 2 Busch Series wins here.
I want to explain that camera just a second ago. You can see that flapper back there. That's a little piece that's about 3 inches long that's bouncing there. That's not the whole back of the car doing that. That's just where the mount is for the little camera that looks back. And that thing's only about the size of your hand. So that's not the back of the car jumping that bad.
Good point. There you see Kenny Schrader off the pace now just a little bit more, back in 31st position. Ken Schrader's first and only Winston Cup win at Dover was the last time he won a Winston Cup race. June 2nd, 1991, Schrader led the final 78 laps after a tooth and nail kind of battle with the intimidator Dale Earnhardt.
Even at 475 degrees, nothing outperforms Mobil 1. Mobil 1 0W30. Superior protection when you start your car.
Hurry up! We're missing the best part of the day!
Catch anything yet?
Just a brake job on a Honda.
At Pep Boys, our ASE certified technicians will install Raybestos lifetime brakes for as low as $59.99 after rebate.
Is this living or what? Shh. Engine diagnosis. Very high tech.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
It's life on the edge. Pushed to the extreme. ASA Racing. The S stands for speed. See the North Carolina Sweet Potato 400 Saturday at 4 Eastern on TNN Motorsports.
Since Dodge Caravan's easy out roller seats have wheels that pop down, reconfiguring the interior is an exercise in convenience. Not an exercise in exercise. Why don't all the other guys make it this easy? Go configure. Caravan, the new Dodge.
The popularity of Cooper tires may surprise you, but it certainly doesn't surprise our dealers. Cooper, your next set of tires.
GEX, the area's Cooper tire store with locations in Hampton and Newport News, featuring free mounting, free computer balancing, free air valves, free rotations, and free flat repairs on every tire sold. Look to GEX for your next set of tires.
Who's hot? Well, how about Matt Kenseth in the number 94 McDonald's machine? He's made his move convincingly to the front. He's gone by Jerry Nadeau and others, and even though at times the car has been a little bulky, it hasn't bothered Kenseth. He's right now running in 5th, one of only 9 teams still remaining on the lead lap. Glad you're with us here at Dover Downs International Speedway in Delaware. 241 laps on the board of 400. Mark Martin has shown the way all along, with Rusty Wallace in second, Gordon third, Jarrett and Kenseth your top 5. Kenny Schrader is coming down the pit lane now after the problems that we have been documenting for you here in the last short while. At lap number 242, he is going to be heading to the garage area. So Kenny Schrader goes to the garage. He'll be joining Kenny Wallace, Buckshot Jones, Kyle Petty, and now Schrader as the 4 retirees. Let's check in with Glenn Jarrett.
Well, guys, we came down to the infield hospital down here to check on the status of Kenny Irwin. You know, he took that hard hit. Robert Yates has just walked out. We have been told by the staff here that they're going to remove Kenny from here. They're going to take him to Kent General Hospital in downtown Dover. The caution is coming out right now to allow them to do that. Kenny is consciously complaining of shoulder pain, some back pain, and he got his bell rung pretty good. So just as a precautionary measure, they're going to remove Kenny from the hospital here and take him downtown to Kent County Hospital.
Now, this is a racetrack that does not have a tunnel. There is a crossover bridge exiting turn number 2 that pedestrians can use to go across the racetrack. And that is one way to get in and out of the racetrack if you're ambulatory, if you're walking. But there is no tunnel like you have in most racing facilities. There's that crossover bridge that you see fans using going back and forth, but you can't really transport anybody for medical reasons that way. So they bring the ambulance out onto the main straightaway. They will have to open the crossover gate right at the start-finish line, and they'll swing those big gates wide open to allow the ambulance to exit the racetrack. So that is one of the unique features of this racetrack, the Superspeedway Dover Downs International, is without the benefit of a tunnel that goes beneath the racetrack. Again, what transpired back at lap number 170, Kenny Irwin was coming through the corner and went in both the outside and the inside wall. Driver's side there. And then the second hit was again driver's side to the inside wall. So the ambulance now leaving here on the main straightaway. They have opened the gate and they will button it right back up. They will bring in a secondary ambulance to replace the one that has just departed the premises. And they will be opening up the pit road here for regular stops should the teams desire. Here at lap 244. Leaders came in originally at lap 87, then lap 173, and here they come again, taking advantage of this caution at lap 245. Martin is in, Rusty Wallace, Gordon, there you see the parade down the pit lane. Let's go to the specs.
Well, Jeff Gordon is the 3rd car in line. The point leader has been complaining his car is very, very tight. The worst it has been all day. So what they're going to do, they're going to adjust the car. You can see the orange wedge handles. Orange means out. They're going to take a half a round out of the right rear, take a 4-tire stop, also adjust the car with air pressure. So Captain has the second can up. Now let's go to Glenn Jarrett.
Hey, thanks, Matt. The only thing that Mark Martin is complaining about is that I keep lobbying Jack Rouse to try to get him to slow down. He's not going to do it. They're putting stickers on, and Rusty Wallace, I don't know who won that race. Gordon comes out 3rd. Rusty Wallace put on scuffs this time and last time. He likes scuffs. They put stickers on Martin's car.
You see the folks at Midas Auto Systems, the Auto Systems experts, a better system for you and your car, giving you the splits there and all of those pit stops. There goes Jerry Nadeau. Steve?
Yep, they just made a chassis adjustment on the 9 car of Jerry Nadeau, Eli. Talking to the crew chief, Jeff Weiss, he said we want to free it up a little bit. We want to help Jerry be able to turn the car in the corner. So 4 tires and a chassis adjustment for the 9 of Jerry Nadeau.
So caution on the speedway to allow the ambulance transporting Kenny Irwin to head to Kent County General Hospital. We're back with more in a moment.
from a store like this. We'll go on like this, live on like this, and look like this, give you pride like this, 'cause it's true.
It's True Value paint, and you can't do better. It really is this good.
Goes on like this, lives on like this, looks like this, pride like this.
True Value paint. Great paint, great store.
Nobody loves cars more than I do. Each one is a work of art. So when the maker of all these chose a new antifreeze, it got my attention.
General Motors now uses the deck school technology of Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze in virtually all its new vehicles. The same patented formula you can use in your car for 5 years or 150,000 miles. So do what GM did. Switch to Haviland.
I use it in my car. I only wish this were it.
Some things are obvious from the start. Like, things turn out better when you work together. That's why the UAW International Union and General Motors Corporation got together to create programs to improve skills and safety, to educate, to promote teamwork and build better quality cars and trucks. Assembly line to finish line. Teamwork wins.
This is joy. This is frustration. This is pride. This is humility. This is a sport that's about more than just winning or losing. In fact, it's a sport that's not so much about cars as it is about people. This is racing. This is NASCAR.
Winnebago Industries is the official motorhome of TNN. Stop by your local Winnebago or Tasca dealer now and see the new models available. For more information on Winnebago Industries products, please call 1-800-643-4892. Jeff Gordon, he earned his first victory here at Dover, September of 1995. It would prove to be the first of 3 consecutive wins for Gordon here at the Monster Mile. Placed him in that record book along with David Pearson and Rusty Wallace, who also won 3 consecutive events. And look at those numbers for Jeff Gordon. Just remarkable. All those top 5 finishes. But right now, he was black flagged by NASCAR. He's coming down pit road for attention to the fenders on the car. Let's go down to the pit stalls and get an update.
The 24 car has made his way back in. NASCAR is complaining that the right front fender was pulled out. Ray is pleading his case with NASCAR and Steve Peterson, a NASCAR official. They're talking it over. Ray's raising his hands up in discussion, looking over the car. Still in discussion. Now Jeff is down and away.
You see Ray Evernham not exactly doing much. He reached in around the and just pulled a little
Eli,
bit.
let's talk a little bit about that. That is downforce. When the fender is way out, it gives the front end more downforce. So if it was indeed pulled out, it made the front end stick tighter. It would keep it from pushing off the corner. So that would be the concern. Now, it didn't look that bad to me, but of course I'm not down there.
So Ray making what changes needed to be done. Of course, there are only 9 cars on the lead lap. That's the other thing to remember. So dropping back, you'll lose real estate, but on the scoreboard, you won't lose that many positions. So everybody will move up. Matt, what's Ray have to say to you?
Well, let's ask Ray. Ray, what did NASCAR say to you? Why did you bring the 24 car to pit road?
We got into somebody and pushed the right front fender in. They claimed that we pulled it out. We pulled it off the tire. They said it was sticking out. You know, I never, ever have I ever seen anybody penalized for pulling a damn fender. We come in, 2 officials right there. It's not sticking out past it. Both of them saw it, but yet we're back in 9th place.
Obviously, a very, very disappointed group here in the Rainbow Warriors pit.
We're at lap 249. Lots of racing yet to go. We continue under the caution. Back with more from the Monster Mile, where Mark Martin continues to pace the field. Don't you go away.
Duke, get down. It's my chair. Let's go. I'm not playing games.
Okay, here we go again.
Oh, Duke.
He's got him right where he wants it. Just a bit outside.
Hey, those dog obedience classes really paid off.
As a sponsor of the Fan Tour, the Money Store is offering a $500 cash rebate on home equity loans. It's the Money Store 500 rebate. It's a great way to get rid of bills and cut expenses. And now you can get an extra $500 cash when you get your loan from the Money Store. If you're a homeowner, call 1-800-LOAN-YES now and ask for the Money Store 500 rebate.
I won!
But only if you call the Money Store.
In 20 years of racing, I've had some great moments.
An upset victory it is. Phil Parsons. Phil Parsons is successful.
And a few tough ones as well. Well, I can't always protect my car, but in all my years around the track, I've never seen a product protect a motor like Duralube.
Independent tests prove when it comes to protecting your car's engine, nothing compares to Duralube. Duralube, tomorrow's technology today.
I'm looking for somebody who knows their parts.
That'll work.
For expert advice, go to the pros.
Introducing the Midas battery. Now for just $49.99 with rebate. Batteries, brand new from Midas.
Today on TNN Motorsports. It's the closest points battle in years, and time is running out.
It's going down to the wire.
The pressure builds as NHRA's top drivers take their best shots. A thousandth of a second could mean the difference between winning a title and losing a race. You don't want to miss the Pioneer Keystone Nationals today at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific.
And it's all right here on TNN Motorsports.
From the Duralube aerial camera, you see the restart and Rusty Wallace trying to get a run at Mark Martin. Rusty Wallace will take the lead here at Dover at lap 253. But for the 7th time this season, Mark Martin has led the most laps. And Rusty now shows the way, trying to break that streak of 54 races in a row without a win.
Don't get excited. Mark Martin realizes that the two-car right at the moment is handling a little bit better, but he has a great car right on the bottom of the racetrack. Mark Martin will do that sometimes, just check you out. But look at Matt Kenseth there in 4th place, right on the back bumper of Dale Jarrett, looking to the inside to head down to turn 1.
What a superb story. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon is back there in traffic. There he is, behind Andretti, running in 9th. Around Mayfield and a host of others.
Hasn't got a bit back after that pit stop.
Watch him work his way through traffic moments ago. He had to deal with Steve Park.
Oh, right up under him. They made a little contact there. It didn't do any damage to either car, but he did go up under the back of Steve Park's car.
And Glenn, though he didn't lose that many positions, I mean, 7, 8 positions are a lot, but it's that kind of traffic that you have to deal with that you wouldn't have dealt with up front.
Absolutely, Eli. That's the thing that they're worried about. But you know what the other teams down here are worried about? Oh, no. NASCAR has really made them mad now. They ticked them off. They're going to really get to throw their best at it and win the race.
We'll find out how this day unfolds. Still lots of racing to go. That's the battle there for 7th. Gordon inside of Andretti. There's Bobby Hamilton next in line.
On your left. Well, you can see what track position means. The leaders are already in the middle of the corner in front of him there. There goes Mark Martin, as I was telling you. Don't worry about him. He has a great race car, right back by Rusty Wallace. But in 3rd place now, Matt Kenseth.
Oh, back on front now. Martin shows the way. Remember, Rusty... Yeah, look at Kenseth. That's remarkable.
You don't suppose he's got a shot to win this thing,
Wouldn't that be a spectacular story?
What a story. Jody Ridley, 1981, last
first-time winner I can remember at this place. Maybe the only first-time winner.
Look at this. He's taking second place.
Matt Kenseth. Now remember, guys, Rusty Wallace finished second in his first NASCAR Winston Cup race. Remember back in 1980, he was driving for Roger Penske at the time in Atlanta, and Rusty finished second in his first Winston Cup start.
Now, the one thing, if I had one thing to tell Matt Kenseth right now, don't use those tires completely up. I know it's wonderful to be right up at the front, but don't use the race car up, because right now, Mark Martin's setting a pace out there. If he runs him down, he has to abuse the tires just a little more than I think he needs to at this point.
The whole McDonald's team just looking on, and Steve Burns, this is a remarkable story.
Boy, this is exciting down here, Eli. Now, Dick Berger said moments ago, do you think Mike Kenseth has a shot to win this thing? I swear, just seconds before Dick said it, Matt said, when I get up near that front pack, boys, I got a shot to win this race. Unbelievable.
Really is. Winning here yesterday, trying to sweep the weekend. Only once has the same driver won the Saturday and Sunday races on the same weekend at Dover. Harry Gant did it in 1991. It has happened 14 times in history at various racetracks. There he'll lose a spot to Rusty Wallace.
Eli, one thing's happened. The sun is now peeking back out on the back straightaway. The racetrack may change as the sun pops back out. Kenseth lightning